Good morning, everybody. I'm live here from my retreat over in Spain, and I have the lovely Holly Lawrence who's with me this morning. And now this is a really interesting story, and something that's going to be thoroughly enjoyable for the next 5 to 10 minutes, where we're going to explore Holly's journey over the last several months. Now, I had the pleasure of meeting Holly probably about April time, where Holly entered a competition called the Big Pitch at Anglia Ruskin University, where Holly is a student nurse. Studying medical and looking to go on obviously into the nursing industry. Now, Holly entered the competition. The Big Pitch is all about taking an idea, entering your idea into a competition, pitching it in a 1-minute video, and doing that video you've got to get across what your idea is about. That becomes judged by a panel of judges, which I was one of those judges, and Holly then got entered through to the next round. The next round took us up into Cambridge for a 2.5-day business retreat, where we brought together 25 other ideas, all with different ideas varying across different industry sectors. And they had to work on their business plan, they had to work on their finances, they had to work putting their idea really into motion. At this point, it was just a single idea. And this is where I got to meet Holly and understand her idea a lot better, seeing it from that 1-minute video. And, well, Holly, firstly, say good morning to our viewers out there.
Hello, everyone.
Now, Holly, obviously I've just given a little bit of insight there to the competition. I know when you entered the Anglia Ruskin Big Pitch competition, which has been going for about 10 years now, you were ultra nervous. How did it feel uploading that first 1-minute video? And tell everybody what your idea was about in that 1-minute video as well.
Well, my idea was about trauma awareness, an app for student and healthcare professionals, because as a student, I noticed that you see a lot of traumatic situations on placement, you have a lot of stresses, and you don't really receive a lot of mental health support, or debriefs don't usually happen. So you have all these pieces of a puzzle and you don't really know how to deal with it. So my idea was about bringing that support to the students and professionals.
And this idea also come around from you working in the nursing industry, working in the healthcare sector, working in you work at Colchester General Hospital in Essex.
Yeah.
So you were all automatically being kind of put in these positions of these traumatic events, and seeing other professionals, doctors, nurses, etc., medical staff also experiencing this. And I suppose this is what triggered the idea.
Yeah, definitely, 100%. I found that I had to be a lot older than I was, and I then spoke to people on my course and realised that they felt the exact same, and that there wasn't much support anywhere really for that.
Yeah, and just share with our audience, how old are you?
21.
Young at heart as well.
Yeah.
So the idea was obviously pitching this idea, and you come along to that boot camp, and I know from having conversations with you during the boot camp and certainly thereafter, that was a different type of traumatic experience for you, but one that was very worrying for you in the initial stages because you didn't know what to expect.
Yeah, I thought I was going to go in there and everyone was going to be business savvy and be very high up in their business, and I was going in there, little old me.
But what actually come from it, to sort of share with our viewers, is that you come in and you did do a lot of preparation. You did, because you had an element of being a little bit nervous and not sure what to expect. And you was in the same boat as probably the majority of others as well. Most people felt like that. But you come along and you did come prepared. You did go off and do some research. You did come along with a business plan, and you did come along with some finances, which everyone else in the room, you was the only one that actually went that far in. And I think you were amazed yourself at that point, because it was like, oh, I didn't know I was meant to do this, but I did it because I wanted to know. But the journey obviously unfolded quite quickly from there. On the Saturday, during our 2 days there, you then pitched your idea again to a different panel of judges. But this was a live pitch, so they were standing in front of you, and this was for 3 minutes, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
How did that feel? Because this is now your pitch to a live audience, and this was to get you through to the finals as well if you were selected. So how did that feel, standing up there in front of a live audience and pitching your idea yet again? But now, it was becoming very, very interesting, because you were down to the final 25.
I was shocked to get there, to be honest. I didn't expect that I would. And obviously I was nervous, but because I'm so passionate about the idea and the thought behind it and my own experiences, I kind of went in there with the view of, well, if they don't like it, they don't like it, but I know that there's a need for it.
Yeah.
So it kind of helped my confidence to get through. And I think I made some people cry. And then I felt really bad.
Absolutely. Your pitch, we worked on your pitch, actually. I spent some time with you, and a small group of us wasn't there during the day in breakout sessions, and we tweaked it to make an emotional connection with the audience. So I know it made the hairs stand up on the back of people's necks, and it really kind of put shivers down spines in a nice way, but it really kind of brought to the surface the need for what you're pitching, the idea that you've come up with is a real need in not only industry, but I know that's where the focus is. But outside of that, it can be rolled into pretty much anywhere where trauma can take place.
Yeah, 100%.
So we then went forward. You were then selected. You got the fantastic news a few days later after that business retreat or the residential retreat away. You got the fantastic news of you've been selected for one of the finalists. So you made it to the final 6, which I think if I remember right, 2nd of May. So we're 3 or 4 weeks later, but in that time you had time to prepare and practice. What did that call, I think you received it on an email, maybe a call that you received from the university. How did that feel when you got that email, that letter saying you are through, you're one of the final 6, you're the finalist?
I instantly thought, oh no, I've got to do it in front of a big audience. But then I thought, well, actually, this is such a great opportunity, and I become really excited that I'll get the voice heard of millions of students and health professionals. This is something that I really feel is necessary and that we don't have. So then that kind of overshadowed the nerves, and I then started to work on the pitch and the whole focus throughout was my experiences and the need from others.
So we get to the grand final. It was a big fair ado. We had a much larger audience now. It was probably one of the best audiences, supported audiences we've had at a big pitch. So there was a number of heads in that room. You were down the front. You had all eyes on you, and now you had to pitch yet again, pretty much the same version that you did to the semi-finalist judges, but I know it was tweaked and made, enhanced, I think was probably the better words. That was a huge thing for you, because this was now, I have an opportunity, to take my idea, present my idea, let people become aware of what I'm trying to share, but there was money on the table, there was prizes on the table, and to give the audience, viewers an understanding, there's a potential prize pot of £13,000. Doesn't mean one winner would get all of that. It was going to be potentially sliced up to different winners for different things, and not all of it always is awarded either. And there were some other prizes set on the table, some mentoring packages, etc. So there was all to play for here. There was the fact that, yes, I can win this, but there's also a physical prize there. So that 3 minutes, scary moments.
Yeah. But I felt so much different from when I first did it. I'd realised that actually it helped me grow as a person and it built my confidence. And actually, if I believe in what I'm saying, that doesn't matter what anyone thinks. But then if you find that if you believe, others will believe, because they'll see actually that this is real and this is necessary.
So you did your pitch. The judges deliberated, they debated, we argued. It was a very interesting session. Sometimes these take longer than others, but it was a unanimous decision. Of course, we then come back down and we revealed the winners from the evening. There was a couple of fellow students alongside you that also picked up some prizes. But on the night, it's fair to say that you kind of actually swooped the pot and you walked away with a prize fund of £5,000. Did we get in total? £5,000. 2 mentoring sessions, one with Alia, which are based in Cambridge. They gave you the opportunity to go along and use their shared workspace and have access to their mentors there. And myself and Simbok, my business, gave you the opportunity to come over to Spain and spend a few days here, which you did last week. And you come across here and we spent time kind of doing some mentoring sessions and thinking about the idea and taking it one step further. And it kind of unfolded, and it gave us a little bit more clarity. But just for those that are kind of watching this wasn't about creating a business, and even at today, we're moving towards it being a business, but it was never about the business. It was about an idea. Where does this go from now? Because I know you went along and you did some pitching last week again. You've had lots of different meetings with like Invest Essex and Google and the healthcare trust and stuff like that. Where do you think this is going to go? And also, let's talk about where it is in a second. But where do you think you can see this going moving forward now?
Moving forward, I can see it developing into a business in the sense of providing a service for health professionals and students to get support that they need. Information, we've got a website coming soon. Recently launched a Facebook group to gain the audience. And then I'd like to develop an app in the future. It's just a case of step by step.
Step by step, day at a time, as they say. Rome wasn't built in a day. We all know these things take time. So the Facebook group is one of the things that we discussed when you was here last week, and we thought it was a really good idea to start to gain followers. Keep it as a private closed group. It's not open to everybody. We're trying to make the right people that come into the group. For those that are watching this that are maybe in the healthcare industry, maybe they are a doctor, a nurse, anyone that might see this potential trauma, how can they find you on Facebook? Obviously, go to Facebook, we go to the search bar. What's the term that they would need to search in there to find this page?
You can type in ProVent, okay?
Because I know it's got a slight twist in the spelling, isn't it? Is it P?
How's it spelled? PROVENT.
Okay, so as it sounds,
search bar,
they can search that, up comes the group, they can then connect, join the group. As long as they meet the criteria, they become a member. And the group is about sharing at the end of the day. It's not about just content that you're posting. It's about bringing together all of these professionals in one room where they can share their stories. Yeah,
exactly. 100%.
Okay. So fantastic. So we've got the Facebook group. The website's coming. That will be very soon. I know that's in progress already. Discussions and sort of mock-ups and ideas are coming together. The long-term, potentially next year, is going to be the app. Where we really want to steer the business idea towards. But you're also finishing your studies as well. You've still got a little bit of time before you complete those. And
I start my final placement in A&E in October, qualify in March, so I've got a bit of time.
So, for those again tuning in, we're kind of just coming to the end of July, about to start August 2019. So by March, the end of March next year, you will be fully qualified. You're going to have your degree in the bag. And, well, I suppose we'll see with the idea whether you carry on with the nursing profession, but it is about getting that degree completed under your belt moving forwards.
100%, yeah.
Fantastic. Just out of interest, what does today hold for you now? You're on holiday break, I assume, so you're going to have some R&R and some relaxation, or are you off out going to do some more pictures?
I've got assignments to do. I've got a few meetings to do. My annual leave starts officially on the 1st after 2 o'clock because that's my last assignment for annual leave.
Brilliant. What we'll also do as well, we'll put up on the screen here, when you're watching this video back, we'll have all the contact details, so you'll be able to get in touch with Holly by email, obviously join the group on Facebook and follow the story, watch it unfold. We will come back, I'm sure, maybe in a month's time, maybe 2 months' time. We will do a follow-up video, Holly. We'll have see where you are after the summer period is kind of, we're back into a new semester, and find out where you're up to, what's happening, and how things have grown and developed, because I'm sure this story is going to be an exciting story to follow. I know I generally will be following it, be there to help support each step that you take along the way. So Holly, it's been an absolute pleasure. From sunny Spain, I wish you all the best and hope you have a fantastic week. Enjoy your holiday break, and we will catch up very soon.
Thank you. Thanks for this. It's been great.
I will speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon. Bye.